It's time for the Proseed halftime show. If you need seed, think Proseed. We're here today at the Big Iron Farm Show with our man Dave Gertz. Always great to be here with you, sir.
Yeah,
Appreciate
great to be
having
here.
us.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about some of the great financing programs you have at Proseed.
Proseed has, the farm economy is a little bleak right now, and Proseed has stepped up to the plate, and we're offering a couple of zero finance programs. We got the Farmer's Choice program, which is through your local bank. We have the Farm Plan program, so delayed payment and zero free interest. So
you also have some great cash programs. You guys take cash.
Oh, we take cash, and the discounts are very, very good. Our first discount will be in October, and that's 10%, that's significant. I mean, interest rates at the bank are 3, 4, 5% or whatever you have, and it pays to make those decisions early.
One of the things I think people appreciate about Proseed is how you take a stand for our veterans and the people that serve our country.
Absolutely. We have a special program for them where we're supporting the veterans with a cash payment at the end of the season, and it worked very well.
And of course, I got to ask you, hey, how do I fill my hopper this fall?
Oh, we got a terrific program for filling the hopper. We're offering a Yeti cooler. We've paired up with Ace Hardware to add additional items to it. You can choose whatever you'd like. Talk to your local dealer. Call Proseed. We'll fill you in on the details.
All right, Dave. Thanks so much for having us here again at the Big Iron Farm Show. It's the Proseed halftime show. If you need seed, think Proseed, and stick around. Much more coming up right here on the Proseed halftime report.
Welcome into the Proseed halftime report. I'm Beth Wool, joined by Kyle Emanuel. A 17-13 football game. Both of us kind of talking about how we don't put much merit in rankings.
Right.
This one proving to be quite the matchup.
Yeah, I think UC Davis came in and they showed why they're the number 4 team in the country.
NDSU with a quick 3 and out on this one, and then Trevor Height back for that punt return.
Yeah, possibly the best play of the first half for NDSU, and it comes on special teams. This is a huge momentum swing, and it got the Bison off to a really good start after that defense came out and got yet another 3 and out.
It was a great start for the Bison, and then they get the ball moving. We're starting to see that passing game again for Trey Lance, opening up here. Some nice movement as well for Bison.
Yeah, more of what we're accustomed to of Trey Lance early on, and be able to get the completion, and the Bison are rolling early.
And then he goes to that run game, following Ty Brooks here and getting the Bison knocking.
Really good blocking right there, and this is what we've come to expect of Trey. He's just a dual threat guy, and he's hard to bring down.
Ball goes to Adam Cofield here.
And here's the start that we talk about. I think it's been almost every single week, and 3 and out by the defense and a nice drive by the offense, and the NDSU's up 7-0.
That's right. Well, then there's a little bit of a swing of momentum here, and UC Davis really starts to get things moving.
Yeah, this was a 4th and 4, I believe, after a long 3rd down run. They were able to move the ball a lot on 3rd downs, running some draws and some different runs you weren't expecting.
And then here, Mayer to his tight end, Wes Priest, 17-yard touchdown.
Yeah, the big tight end we talked about. He is definitely a dangerous target for Mayer and the offense.
And then they add another field goal as well, as UC Davis takes the lead there on that one. And then the Bison back to the air game here.
Yeah, Kobe Johnson getting his first touches of the game, and a guy that, I expect to have a big game maybe in the second half.
And then the Bison getting the ball to Ty Brooks. Some really heads-up running by the Fargo kid.
Yeah, Ty looked really good so far. He's had a couple of good runs there, and it's been kind of tough sledding. But this play here by Trey Lance this is just unbelievable. He goes down, but yet he's not down. Keeps his legs moving.
I love to see that. Certainly, we've said it so many times, not playing like a redshirt freshman. It's a 14-10 NDSU lead, and then Davis is right back on the charge.
Well, Jake Mayer, he showed why he's a good player, but here, finally, NDSU is able to come up with an interception, and, hey, it's Jabril Cox, a guy that you got to look for. He's an NFL talent guy, and
you can't forget the pass rushing from Derek Tuska either on that
It's been there the entire game. NDSU's been getting his pressure, but Mayer, give him credit. He's been able to get the ball away and make some plays.
Well, Davis settles for a field goal to take the lead again, 14-13, and then NDSU here getting a field goal as well. Griffin Crosa with that 42-yard field goal to make it 17-13. Taking a look now at the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers halftime stats here. A little bit more balanced than we were expecting, and UC Davis held to 44 rushing yards, but certainly feels like a lot more.
Yeah, I thought they were really effective in the running game, especially on those third downs like I talked about in that highlight. I mean, they would, it's almost like they're getting away. They're throwing the ball on first and second down. On third down, they're almost treating it like a second down, and they're going for it a lot on fourth down and gambling. And I like, hey, you come here and you're trying to win a game, so why not? I like what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't seem phased at all, and you see that time of possession. That's a stat that the Bison have always talked a lot about, being able to control. It's pretty even, and you're certainly seeing that in a 17-13 game. That's our North Dakota certified seed producers halftime stats there for you. Final thought here. What do you want to see in the second half?
Well, it's been an interesting game. NDSU's been able to get pressure. They've been doing some good things on defense, but the Mayor's done a really good job of moving the ball and finding guys open. And also that success, that formula to success that NDSU normally has, running the ball, time of possession. We just saw the stat. It hasn't been there. They've gotten some yards here and there, but most of them, they were chunk yards. They haven't been as efficient. But I'd like to see Trey Lance throw the ball a little bit more efficiently this half. I mean, he's a redshirt freshman, and he's going to make mistakes, but he hasn't been quite to the level that we've expected to see. But I think he'll be much better here in the second half.
All right, well, that's our halftime highlights and stats here from up in the booth. After the break, we'll be back with more on your Proseed halftime report.
We welcome you back fieldside at the Fargo Dome. North Dakota State leading 17-13 over UC Davis. Let's get a look around the rest of the Missouri Valley Football Conference. All of the teams in action today, including one final already. Indiana State victors over Eastern Illinois 16-6. Kennesaw State up on Missouri State in Springfield 21-16 there in the third quarter. Tennessee Tech and Western Illinois are delayed there in Macomb. South Dakota up 7-0 over Northern Colorado at halftime. Both of those schools winless. Idaho State 0-0 just underway with Northern Iowa in Iowa. Southern Utah and South Dakota State still to come tonight as the Missouri Valley Big Sky Challenge continues on. Southern Illinois at Arkansas State at 6 o'clock Central Time. Northern Arizona will visit Illinois State. Again, another Missouri Valley Football Conference Big Sky matchup. That's going to do it for your scores around the Missouri Valley Football Conference. 17-13, North Dakota State leads UC Davis. Second half action right after this.
Almost set for the start of the second half here between UC Davis and North Dakota State, 17-13. Good football game, and we are joined by a special guest, Senator John Hoeven, back in North Dakota, and kind enough to spend a few moments with us. And John, you want to get us started here, right, to start this half?
Great to be with you, and I think we're going to get an interview with Ryan Gellner, right?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, Coach, it's been an exciting first half. You've been able to get North Dakota State with those screenplays, been able to get them deep a couple of times. Assess the first half.
Fun game, fun atmosphere, two good teams going at it. It's what it's supposed to be.
Adjustments for the second half. What do you guys need to do better to get on the other side of the scoreboard?
Oh, we always have a lot of wrinkles, but we ain't going to give the Bison that stuff. You'll have to figure that out. You got all the experts up there. They'll get it figured out.
I've heard you talk in person. I was hoping you'd give me something like that. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, thanks.
Good luck the second half.
Thank you.
Guys, it's Coach Hawk. What can you say?